So my good friend Trouble with Tribbles, actually likes these new glasses of mine. That's kind of cool, huh? She likes them. I actually was liking them more today, to be truthful, but I do still like my other glasses more, and that's probably because they don't stand out, you know what I mean? It's just I don't really like wearing glasses. You have these, which are darker, which Trouble says are much more stylish, and she likes them a hell of a lot better than these old ones. See? But Selena said more and more on one occasion she likes these glasses. And I don't know how she feels about my new ones. I don't yet know anyway. Well, maybe she'll post a comment, who knows. Remember, up until the shit hit the fan, you know, in April of 12. And even then, after then, I was, for a while, still wearing my contacts until they ran out. But, you know, I've been wearing contacts for years and years and years and years. Got my first pair when I was in my early 20s, okay? And glasses only as a backup. It's only over the last less than 3 years, or going on 3 years or whatnot, that less than actually, because like I said, I was still wearing contacts in this shelter until my contacts just eventually ran out, and I couldn't afford more. And actually, I did get more. That's right. My mom gave me the money when I was in the shelter to get more contacts. I got my glasses for free. I got more contacts, and they lasted for a while because I only wore them. I don't know how I get unknown scratches on my body. Very strange. My back or something. I don't know. Anyway. I only would wear the contacts, you know, first. I wasn't wearing them, like, every day, all day, you know. But I've never been a glasses person. For the record, Donald wore glasses all the time. I thought Donald was gorgeous. Selena disagreed, but, you know, that's what makes the world go around. I thought Donald was absolutely gorgeous, and him wearing glasses, he didn't wear contacts, him wearing glasses did not, in my opinion, deter from his looks at all. Anyway, let me take the glasses off. So, before I get on to more serious things, scratches from, God. It's a long scratch, so it's not like me scratching at one of my moles or something, you know what I mean? That wouldn't create like a scratch. I don't know. Before we get on to more serious things, including the fact that I'm up till the wee hours of the morning yet again. It's like 4 right now. I just spent the last few hours. Was it few hours? Maybe reading, approving, or not approving, as the case may be, all the comments people have posted under my videos. Remember, I respond to some comments too, you know. But I'll read every single one, so, you know, it takes time. So, I want to, and if I forget one, I might remember it, like in the middle of the video, come up, like I was trying to do before, with all the names for ass. Okay? So we got ass, we got bum, we got butt, we got buttocks, we have behind, we have backside, what else? Rump, hiney, booty, derriere, Gluteus maximus. I don't know if hindquarters is one. You guys can think of any more? I can't think of any more. I think that might be it. So there's blood all over these lovely pajamas that I confiscated from my mom, and she doesn't care anyway. And the blood's not, the usual culprit like you would think of from a woman's, because I had that giant skin tag removed from my buttocks, my derriere, my rump, my hiney. It's weird because, he shaved the thing off, this giant skin tag off, but there's still like a bump there, it's kind of, I guess that's what happens when you have the moles or whatever. There's still, he didn't dig into the skin, you know what I mean? Like when I had my dysplastic moles removed, because when that happened, then you dig part of it, you have to dig out just like with a flat mole, but it still leaves like a crater there, you know what I mean? The thing's gone, and for the record, it sure as hell might grow back. There's no guarantee. It might actually grow back quickly. I mean, think about how long it's been there. It was over 20 years it was there. It might be angry that it was shaved off, and it could grow back, like, within a few months. What are you going to do, That's the way it goes, right? That's the way it goes. But yeah, today I was getting used to those new glasses, and I was liking them a little more, I think. And I watched my videos with them, so I don't know. I'll have to see. I'm interested to see what you guys think about my new glasses. It's not like you can't compare them to my old glasses. I created videos where I showed you, even this one, the new glasses, the old glasses, Tell me what you like better. Not that it matters, because I have to wear the new glasses. I'm not gonna, my prescription changed, so I'm not gonna, wear my old prescription. That would be dumb. Let's see. Today I watched the movie Prisoners. No, I'm not gonna review it or anything like that. I know it seems like probably to you guys just because, even Trouble, she joked about it, but she has to recognize the fact that I can do what I want. I could create 100 videos giving spoiler alerts for movies if I wanted to. You know what I mean? I could do what I want. That's my whole point. It's my channel, but I don't feel inclined to talk about every movie I watch. All I'll say is, fantastic movie, I give it 5 stars. There aren't a lot of movies I give 5 stars, for the record. Prisoners was very suspenseful, had plots and twists and turns. I thought it was just, and I thought it was so exceptionally well acted. I was just mesmerized by Hugh Jackman and Gyllenhaal, whatever. I was mesmerized. I just thought it was fantastic, really well-written movie. I was thinking just now, I'm so impressed with these people, who write mysteries. Everything has to fall into place, and, a really good one, and, you know what I mean? And then I was thinking, I write songs and poems, but I could never write a fictional book. I know that I couldn't. Maybe most people who write books couldn't write songs and poems, Some people, I'm sure, could. A lot of people are multi-talented, you know. But I think a lot of people do one or the other, but not both. Regardless, I can't. It does take a different kind of talent. I couldn't write like a story or something, you know. Maybe, I mean, I wrote stories when I was a kid. You know. I wrote this long short story, you know, called Murdered. In 7th grade, and my 7th grade teacher read it to the class. I've written little short stories before, but, you know, nothing really that great. I don't write anything anymore. Not in terms of like songs and poems and stuff. I wish I could get my stuff from my LA storage unit. So 2 of my online friends, not that they planned to do it, but they simultaneously, practically, within probably a day or 2 of each other, I don't know, but posted videos indicating they believe that I must have by now saved up a lot of money new. Right or wrong, good or bad, and again, it's all in your perspective, it's all in the way you look at things. If you're of the mindset that I should be saving up money, then you are not going to agree with my decision to spend a shitload of money on organic food. Okay? My good friend Joe would disagree with you because he shares my sentiments regarding health and whatnot. And I appear to be extremely physically healthy. Doctor I saw 2 days ago wasn't concerned about any of my moles being cancerous, you know. Only reason he removed this from my arm was to humor me. And I wasn't going to have him remove it. It doesn't take much for him, though, just to poke it with a needle to numb it and then shave it off fast. But I want it to be covered by insurance. And I said, what do you think of that? Do you think there's anything wrong? He's like, no, I don't think it's just plastic. I can shave it off if you want me to. I'm like, well, what do you think? He's like, well, no big deal. We'll just take it off. I'm like, but you're going to biopsy it, right? He's like, oh, yeah. But it's not the same as when the dermatologist twice in my life. Because he's like, well, you say you have a history. You know, he's kind of blasé, like blowing me off. But, you say in that area, you know, you're on, whatever, you've had 2 dysplastic moles removed. I'm like, yeah. So it's like, well, let's just do it then. But he didn't do it the whole thing where you dig it out like the dermatologist did and stitch it up, etc., etc. You know, he didn't do that. But he did take it off. And neither of the 2 things that he removed from my body were for aesthetic reasons, you know what I mean? I could have gone the rest of my life with that giant skin tag on my ass. Just that last summer it started itching me. You start itching me, giant skin tag, and you're going to make me upset because you're making your presence known to me. You know? And then this one on my arm, you guys know by how many videos? 50? I don't know. Where I kept mentioning it, that I was upset about it, where I was concerned, where I didn't know, you know. So it's gone, and it'll be biopsied, and say there's nothing there. I hope they biopsy the giant skin tag on my ass, too. I don't know what their procedure is. Another word for ass might be posterior region. I don't know. I came up with the more common ones, and now I'm just like grasping at straws. Trying to come up with every name. I want to see if you guys can come up with anything else that's legitimate. But here in the U.S., you know, it's not fair if you come up with names in other languages or something, you know what I mean? So I couldn't be expected to know that. Judge Donald is part Spanish, Hispanic, whatever. Hope would get enraged if anyone called her Mexican. She Hope had a lot of prejudice in her. Like she didn't want to know what she said. Compare me and Donald to X, Y, and Z. You know, even Donald's like, God, my mom's prejudice, huh? Like, yeah, no shit. Regardless, he taught me a saying in Mexican, in Spanish. I don't know. He taught me a saying in Spanish that he learned from all the Hispanic Latino people that he worked with. And it was, it was crass. It has something to do with ass or something, I don't know. Something culo. Yeah, culo is ass in Spanish. So it's something culo. It's derogatory, of course. I mean, it's like, it's crass, it's crude, it's whatever. And he liked to say it, of course. Culo. I kind of like that, too. Culo. That's ass. Name for ass in Spanish. I believe. Culo. Asshole. Oh, maybe culo is not ass. And maybe culo is asshole? I don't know. Remember, I'm just putting myself to sleep here. Every time I go to bed, my mom will be getting up with Omar. That is pretty fucking pathetically sad, Laura. Omar probably, if he didn't already, would get up in the middle of the night and go poop on the floor. He did it the night before. You know what I mean? Anyway, remember George Burns, and people would make a joke out of it. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. And it's stuff that I've studied, and I know that it's true, okay? And it's meant for people who are not going to be critical thinkers or use their rational brain, okay? George Burns, remember, he drank and smoked and all this crap, blah, 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 whatever. He lived to be 100, okay? Well, there's a woman on the news last night. She's 104, and it says, what do you think she credits her longevity to? And to a doctor, but it's not the doctor you think, it's Dr. Pepper. She apparently forever, maybe for a million years since she was whatever, has drunk 3 Dr. Peppers a day. Okay? So I'm here to tell you that just because she lived to be 104, see, this is what I learned, which I know it because it makes sense. There are exceptions to the rule. There most definitely are. There are people who can do eat all kinds of unhealthy ways, etc. And her drinking her 3 Dr. Peppers a day because diet soda has carcinogens in it. I'm sorry, she doesn't drink diet soda, but regardless, the soda, she drinks regular Dr. Pepper, okay? So it's loaded of sugar, has carcinogens in it, just horrible, empty calories, horrible for you, okay? She's already lived, and she's not, and apparently no health problems. She's like, oh yeah, when I gave birth I was in the hospital, and then for something else I was in the hospital, but she has no health problems at all. None. She's never even been in the hospital for any reason, like for sickness or whatnot. So, but she's an exception to the rule. It's just like people can smoke and never get lung cancer. But there are exceptions. So you want to take your chances and go ahead and do all that crap. But these people are exceptions, ones who live to be 100 or more, whatever, even though they have those really bad habits, okay? But they're not the general rule, they're exceptions. And the fact is, like, you're playing Russian roulette. Like, people will say, okay, well, so-and-so lives to be all that time and they're smoking, why can't I smoke? But because if you are predisposed to get these certain cancers or whatnot, and you aggravate the situation, I mean, you can reverse it, like, at least give yourself a fighting chance. And that's the thing. Obviously, this woman who lived to be 104 and she's still alive and kicking, has no health problems whatsoever, and drinks every single day 3 Dr. Peppers. They're not the diet, the regular ones. She comes from really good stock. I mean, to have never ever been in the hospital for anything, except she gave 2 examples, and they were like when she gave birth and then something else. But basically, she's just never been sick, and she's 104. I mean, sick to require a hospital stay or something, you know. I'm sure she's, you know, had colds and all that crap. But yeah, she just comes from good stock, okay? But that's not true of most people. Joe's been doing the organic and whatnot, all the supplements, everything for close to 10 years now, but he's still battling stuff, you know, all the stuff from before he started doing the organic about 9-10 years ago, whatever, you know? He's basically trying to break even, you know? Good movie. I didn't realize how long I'd watched it. I thought it was going to be ending soon. My mom was taking a nap. She didn't want to watch the movie. And it was like 6 o'clock. And I'm like, oh yeah, Mom, this movie probably has another half hour. No. She comes out after 7. She's like, you're still watching that? I'm like, yeah, Mom. It was almost over, but it was over an hour later. Like, sorry, Mom, why'd you let me so much? Why didn't you get me up? Oh, because I'm watching this movie, and it doesn't matter if you take a nap or whatnot, you know. You don't want to watch the movie, so what are you going to do? It was just well-written movie, exceptionally acted. Wow. actually want to watch the movie again, because now that I know everything that happens at the end, I want to see, you know, what clues I pick up, you know, as we're going along and whatnot. It'll be a different experience, you know, pay attention to more things, and you know how that goes. I'll conclude with this because I need to go to bed. What I was all upset about last night when I came home from my day out, you gotta remember I'm on edge anyway, so. It turned out it was not what we thought it might be. That's all I'll say in the matter, you know. We're all on edge here. Oh, and I'd like to point out something Auntie said to me, I guess, a couple months ago or so, which kind of makes sense, but it puts me in a bad position, in a way. She was talking about how, like, and Auntie's not even remotely stupid, okay, so she was like, you know, I think with your mom, too, she might have a tendency, you know, to want to listen to me, her sister. But when it's coming from you, her daughter, it's because you're her daughter, whatnot. And I'm thinking, yeah, but there are things I have to say to her for her own good, you know. But I unfortunately, you know, I lack patience a lot of the times. And my mom will do things, say things that drive me absolutely nuts, you know. So that's kind of hard. All in all, I believe, and obviously I'm biased, but no, I believe that, I mean, unless she was going to have a nurse here, you know, paying a nurse to be a live-in, something, whatever, I believe she really benefits from having me here, you know. Everyone was talking about, oh, you must have saved up a lot of money by now, you should move out. Yeah. I haven't saved up anything. I mean, nothing substantial. But again, you know, if you're of the mindset that I should be saving money, then you will say that I shouldn't continue with the organic and whatnot, but I'm not going to stop that, see? I can afford it. Not when not if I'm paying rent too. The only reason I afforded it with Bobby's is because I was digging into my savings, you know. That's why. Change this band-aid, but like I said, the one on my behind, my derriere, my booty, my butt, my bum. I'm just putting Vaseline on it twice a day. I'm not going to try to get a band-aid down there myself. And I'm not going to ask my mom to do it because I don't think it's important enough. No. Yeah, what I was upset about last night was kind of a false alarm, but it goes with the territory, you know. It goes with the territory. Even if I'm not upset about one thing, I can be upset about something else, you know. In regards to all this mess with my mom and whatnot, you know. That which is technically my fault. Every time I think along those lines, I want to start fucking screaming. And this is despite the fact that I know of at least a couple of people, I mean more, but even more. And of my few female email buddies, of course. They're gonna look at the whole situation and say that's not my fault. Even though technically it is my fault. Even though it's my fault, I can live with myself simply because I know the reasons behind why I did what I did, you know what I mean? And the thing is, it's really hard for me because Auntie would say, well, you shouldn't go along. Your mom was sick, you know. Your mom wouldn't have done any of that if she wasn't sick. Alright, well, that's all fine and good, but then Cousin entered our realities, and Cousin seemed very, very just wise and this, that to me, you know. She's even worked in the field with, like, healthcare or whatnot, and she was trying to teach me, you know, you gotta, you know, have more patience with your mom and whatnot. And like, yeah, no shit. No fucking shit. You know what I mean? she seemed to be very intelligent, good head on her shoulders. Had that not been the case, you guys know, I wouldn't have, I wouldn't even have. She took charge. Told you at one point she was suggesting, and I have it in email, so again, you can't say, oh, I'm making this up, or I'm remembering it correctly, or just exaggerating. She suggested making her my temporary power of attorney. You seem to not be able to handle this very well. Yeah, all this stuff you're having me do, and in the end, it's little do we know, cousin, it's all going to backfire in our faces, only it's really in my face because you're all hunky-dory with your family and whatnot. 3,000 or more miles away will I have it all fall down upon me. Shit. She wanted to make when I said no, she's like, alright, well, I'll just put it out there, That way I could do, I'm like, what are you talking? You're not gonna be my fucking power of attorney, I'm not gonna have you do that, temporary or not. And that was only one of the things. You are like a broken record. Even the free lawyers I spoke with at courthouse and whatnot, it's like this is so convoluted. Like, I know, isn't it? I went out to I was going to watch Christmas again. That didn't happen. I decided to clean up my, my YouTube comments, whatever. That took hours, so I didn't watch Prisoners again, but I went out there and then I turned it on to regular TV because my mom was watching TV in the morning. It was on World News Tonight. These little kids, like 3 years old, a little older, whatnot, are making millions of dollars trying out toys on the internet. They create videos and their parents do, of course. I mean, they're making millions of dollars for their parents in the ad revenue stuff, the stuff where you have your videos monetized, but chances are you're going to make money when you have as many views. They can get 1 million views in a day and maybe even more, so they're making a shitload of money off of having their videos monetized. They try out toys, Unbelievable, huh? There's all kinds of different toys, and people love their videos and they watch them, and the parents were on the World News Tonight saying, oh yeah, by the end of the whatever, we made like $1.2 million in revenue.